The library was quiet enough to hear pages turn. Dust floated in thin lines of sunlight. Jamal stood at the counter with one book in his hands. The librarian did not smile. She stared at the cover. Then she snorted. "This is what you want?" she asked. Jamal nodded. His fingers tightened on the edge of the desk. She tilted the book like it smelled bad. A street book. Slang. Drama. Fake pain. A man looked up from a computer. A girl stopped writing. Jamal said, "It's about kids like me." The librarian's eyes moved over him. Slow. Sharp. "Then it explains a lot," she said. Jamal felt heat in his ears. He said, "Can I check it out?" She shook her head. "You should read something real. Something written by educated people." The words cut deep. Jamal opened his mouth. Closed it again. A chair scraped behind him. "Excuse me," a woman whispered. "That's rude." The librarian didn't look at her. She leaned closer to Jamal. "Books like this make young men think their anger is important." Jamal's heart pounded. He whispered, "It is important." She smiled without kindness. "Then prove it," she said. "Tell me why this book matters." Jamal turned the book over. Slow. Careful. And pointed at the author photo. The room went silent. Jamal pushed the glass door with his shoulder. It closed behind him with a soft click. The library smelled like paper and cleaner. He held one book. Blue cover. White letters. The librarian did not look up. "I'd like to check this out," Jamal said. Her eyes moved to the book. Then to him. "This one?" she asked. "Yes." She lifted it with 2 fingers. Her mouth twisted. "This isn't real literature," she said. Jamal blinked. "It's in the fiction section." She scoffed. "That doesn't make it good." A man at a table looked over. Jamal swallowed. "My teacher said it was good." The librarian smiled. "Not kind." "Teachers say a lot of things," she said. "Kids like drama. They don't like thinking." Jamal felt his face burn. He said, "Can I still check it out?" She turned the book sideways. "Read the title again." "Street Life," she said. "Predictable." Jamal's hands curled into fists. "It's about real people," he said. Her eyes moved down his hoodie. Then his shoes. "Real to you," she said. "Not to the world." A woman near the shelves paused. "That's unfair," the woman whispered. The librarian did not turn. "I run this desk," she said. "I decide what gets promoted." Jamal took a breath. "I just want to borrow it." She leaned forward. "Why?" she asked. "So you can feel smart." Jamal's chest felt tight. "My brother gave it to me," he said. She waved a hand. "Then your brother wasted money." The man at the table stood. "That's enough," he said. The librarian snapped. "Sir, this is not your business." Jamal stared at the counter. He saw a crack in the wood. "Did you read it?" he asked. She paused. "I skimmed." "All of it?" Jamal asked. She lifted her chin. "I don't need to read trash." The word hit hard. Jamal's voice dropped. "It took 3 years to write." She laughed. "Sure it did." Jamal turned the book over. Slow. The photo stared back. A teenage boy. Same face. Same scar on the chin. He pushed it toward her. "Read the name," he said. Her smile froze. She leaned in. Her eyes widened. Around them, chairs moved. Phones lifted. "That's him," someone whispered. The librarian's mouth opened. No sound came out. Jamal stood still. His heart pounded. And the room waited for her to speak. The librarian stared at the photo. Then at Jamal. Then back at the photo. Her face turned stiff. This is a joke," she said. Jamal did not move. "It's not," he said. She pushed the book away from her like it was dirty. "You think putting your face on a cover makes you an author?" she asked. A girl near the computers whispered. "It's literally him." The librarian snapped, quiet. Jamal felt his throat dry. "I wrote it," he said again. Slow. Clear. She shook her head. "No. You're a kid. Kids don't write books." "I'm 17, Jamal said. "I worked on it every night after school." She laughed again. But it sounded thin now. "So you typed some words," she said. "That doesn't make it literature." Jamal's hands trembled. "It's about my block," he said. "About my mom working nights. About my cousin." "I don't care about your life story," she said. The man who stood earlier stepped closer. "You should apologize," he said. The librarian pointed at Jamal. "He's lying," she said. "He wants attention." Jamal felt the room tilt. I have a contract, he said. With a publisher. She waved him off. Anyone can print a book now. A phone camera rose. A woman said, he's telling the truth. The librarian crossed her arms. Young man, she said. This library does not support this kind of material. What kind? Jamal asked. She hesitated. Low quality, she said. Angry. Unhelpful. Jamal's chest hurt. It's about kids trying to survive. That's not our mission, she said. He looked at the shelves. Rows of books about wars. About pain. About history. They write about suffering, Jamal said. Why can't I? Her voice sharpened. Because they are trained writers. The word trained felt like a wall. I studied too, Jamal said. Online. In class. She leaned back in her chair. You should be thankful we even stock this, she said. A student said, he's not asking for it to be stocked. He's checking it out. The librarian's jaw tightened. Give me your library card, she said. Jamal hesitated. Why? Policy, she said. I need to verify your account. He slid it across. She typed hard on the keyboard. Her eyes narrowed. You've checked out this book before, she said. Yes, Jamal said. She looked up. So you like reading your own work? I like seeing if people touch it, he said. That made the room quiet. She paused. What do you mean? I put it on the shelf myself, Jamal said. I want to see if it moves. Her face reddened. That's not allowed, she said. I asked a worker, Jamal said. They said it was fine. The librarian slammed the book down. You don't decide rules here. Her voice rose. You don't decide what belongs in this building. A man said, You're yelling at a kid. She snapped. I am handling a disruption. Jamal felt small. I just wanted to borrow it, he said. She pointed to the door. You should leave, she said. Before this becomes something else. The words landed heavy. Something else sounded like trouble. Jamal looked around. People stared. Phones recorded. I didn't do anything, he said. You created a scene, she said. You insulted me, Jamal said. She smiled without warmth. I corrected you. He shook his head. You called it trash. Because it is, she said. A woman spoke up. Why does it bother you so much that he wrote it? The librarian's eyes flicked. It doesn't, she said too fast. Then let him check it out, the woman said. The librarian pressed a button under the desk. A small beep sounded. I'm calling my supervisor, she said. Jamal's heart jumped. I didn't break any rule. We'll see, she said. She stood. Wait here. She walked away fast. The room buzzed. A student whispered. That was messed up. Jamal's ears rang. The man who defended him said, You okay? Jamal nodded. But he wasn't. His book lay on the counter. Face up. Name clear. He felt proud and scared at the same time. The librarian returned with a man in a gray sweater. The supervisor. What's going on? The man asked. She is causing a disturbance, the librarian said, pointing at Jamal. Jamal opened his mouth. He claims he wrote this, she said. The supervisor looked at the cover. Then Jamal. Did you? He asked. Yes, Jamal said. The librarian laughed. You see, she said. He admits it. The supervisor frowned. That's not a crime. But he's using the library to promote himself, she said. I'm borrowing my own book, Jamal said. The supervisor rubbed his temple. Why are people filming? Because she insulted him, a woman said. The librarian said, I gave professional advice. You mocked his work, the man said. She turned red. This is not about race, she said quickly. Jamal's stomach dropped. Nobody had said race. But now it was in the air. The supervisor looked at Jamal. Did you feel disrespected? He asked. Jamal nodded. Yes. The librarian scoffed. He's sensitive. Jamal clenched his teeth. I was polite, he said. She wasn't. The supervisor sighed. Let's step into the office. Jamal froze. Why? To talk, he said. The librarian smiled. Good idea. 2 security guards appeared near the door. Jamal's heart raced. He looked at the exit. Then at the book. The supervisor said, Bring the book. The librarian picked it up first and walked toward the back. Jamal followed. Every step felt wrong. The door to the office closed behind them, and Jamal realized this was no longer about a book. The office was small. No windows. 1 desk. 2 chairs. The supervisor sat first. The librarian stayed standing. Jamal held the book to his chest. "Sit," the supervisor said. Jamal sat. The librarian crossed her arms. "He disrupted service," she said. He argued. He embarrassed staff. Jamal's mouth went dry. "I didn't argue," he said. "I answered." She shook her head. "You challenged my judgment." "I asked to borrow a book," Jamal said. The supervisor opened a folder. "Name," he said. Jamal read. "Age, 17. The librarian smirked. "So he's a minor," she said. "That explains the attitude." Jamal felt heat rise. "I was respectful," he said. The supervisor typed. "Why did this start?" he asked. "She brought in inappropriate material," the librarian said. "She tried to make a show of it." Jamal leaned forward. "I brought in my own book," he said. "She called it trash." The librarian's eyes flashed. "I said it was low quality," she said. "That's my job." The supervisor looked at Jamal. "Did you raise your voice?" "No." "Did you refuse to leave?" "I didn't want to," Jamal said. "I didn't know why I had to." The supervisor nodded slowly. "Sometimes staff needs space," he said. The words felt soft. But they pushed Jamal back. "She told me to leave," Jamal said. "Before it becomes something else." The supervisor paused. "What did she mean by that?" The librarian spoke fast. "I meant a bigger argument," she said. "I meant noise." Jamal looked down. It sounded smaller now. The supervisor said, "This library has rules." "Which one did I break?" Jamal asked. The librarian said, "You used the building to promote yourself." "I didn't," Jamal said. "I checked out a book." The supervisor flipped a page. "Have you done this before?" he asked. Jamal hesitated. I put copies on the shelf," he said. "So people could find them." The librarian smiled. "See," she said. "Abuse of space." "I asked first," Jamal said. "They said okay." "Who?" the supervisor asked. "I don't know her name," Jamal said. "She worked the morning shift." The librarian rolled her eyes. "Convenient." Jamal's chest felt tight. "I didn't hide," he said. "My name is on it." The supervisor leaned back. "Why did you get upset?" he asked. "Because she talked about me," Jamal said. "Not the book." The librarian laughed. "I talked about the writing." "You talked about where I come from," Jamal said. Silence. The supervisor blinked. "Did you mention his background?" he asked. She hesitated. "I said it was about street life," she said. "That's the title," Jamal said. She lifted her chin. "I said he should read something written by educated people." Jamal swallowed. The supervisor looked at her. "That's not professional," he said. She shrugged. "It's honest." The supervisor sighed. "Let's calm down," he said. "No one is in trouble yet." Jamal felt hope flicker. Then the door opened. A uniformed guard leaned in. "People are recording," he said. The librarian said, "That's why we need to end this." The supervisor nodded. "Jamal," he said, "I'm going to ask you to leave for today." Jamal stared. "Why?" "To cool things down." "I didn't do anything," Jamal said. "Sometimes," the supervisor said, "doing nothing still causes problems." The words felt like blame. "So I get punished?" Jamal asked. "It's not punishment," he said. "It's procedure." The librarian smiled. "You can come back another day," she said. "When you're calmer." Jamal's hands shook. "I am calm." "Your heart rate says otherwise," she said. "That's not fair," Jamal said. The supervisor stood. "I'll log this as a minor incident." "What does that mean?" Jamal asked. "It means," he said, "if there's another issue we escalate." The word hit hard. Escalate. Jamal hugged the book. "I just wanted to read," he said. The supervisor walked to the door. "Please step outside." Jamal stood. His legs felt heavy. The librarian opened the door first. The hallway lights were bright. People stared. Phones were still up. The guard said, "This way." Jamal walked past the desk. The shelves felt farther now. Outside, the air was cold. The glass door closed behind him. He stood on the steps. The book felt warm in his hands. A woman came out. "I'm sorry," she said. Jamal nodded. A student said they were wrong. Jamal tried to smile. Inside, the librarian spoke to the supervisor. He could see them through the glass. She pointed. He wrote. Jamal's phone buzzed. A message from his cousin. "Why are you on TikTok?" Jamal opened the video. It showed him at the counter. Her voice. Her words. Trash. Educated people. The caption read, Library staff humiliates teen author. Jamal's stomach dropped. A car slowed at the curb. 2 police officers stepped out. The guard waved them in. Jamal's breath caught. The supervisor met them at the door. He pointed at Jamal. And Jamal realized the paper walls had turned into something harder. The officers stopped in front of Jamal. One was tall. Gray hair. Hard eyes. The other was younger. Quiet. Hand near his belt. You the one causing trouble? The tall one asked. Jamal shook his head. No, sir. The librarian stood behind the glass. He refused to leave, she said through the door. That's not true, Jamal said. They told me to go. I went. The tall officer looked at the guard. What happened? He asked. He disrupted staff, the guard said. They asked him to leave. Jamal's chest tightened. I didn't yell, he said. I just talked. The tall officer stepped closer. Hands where I can see them. Jamal raised them. People gathered again. Phones lifted. The officer frowned. Why are they filming? He asked. Because she insulted him, a woman said. The officer turned. Ma'am, step back. The woman did. The officer looked at Jamal's hoodie. What's in your bag? He asked. Nothing, Jamal said. Just a notebook. Open it. Jamal unzipped it. Paper. Pens. A second copy of the book. The younger officer picked it up. Same book, he said. The tall officer smirked. So you're selling stuff in the library? No, Jamal said. I wrote it. The officer laughed. Sure you did. The younger officer said. His picture is on it. The tall one took it. Looked. Then at Jamal. You famous now? He asked. I don't know, Jamal said. The officer's tone changed. Why were you arguing with staff? She called my book trash, Jamal said. She said I wasn't educated. The officer shrugged. That's not illegal. But she treated me like I was nothing, Jamal said. The officer leaned in. People say things, he said. You don't make a scene. I didn't, Jamal said. The officer glanced at the supervisor inside. Library wants you trespassed for today, he said. What? Jamal asked. Means you can't come back until tomorrow. That's not fair, Jamal said. Life isn't fair, the officer said. The younger officer shifted. Maybe we should hear more, he said. The tall officer shot him a look. We are, he said. We're hearing nonsense. Jamal felt his heart pound. I didn't break any rule, he said. The officer pointed at the phone. Then why's this online? Jamal swallowed. I don't know. The officer's voice dropped. Where do you live? Jamal froze. Why? Answer. Pine Street. The officer nodded. Ever been in trouble? No. The officer smirked. Everyone says that. Jamal's hands shook. I'm not lying. The officer looked him over. Why write about street life? Because I live there, Jamal said. So you admit it's rough, the officer said. It's real, Jamal said. That's not what I asked. The younger officer spoke. Sir, he's a kid. The tall officer said. Exactly. Jamal felt small. Can I go home? He asked. After we check something, the officer said. He walked Jamal to the curb. Sit. Jamal sat. A crowd formed. The officer spoke into his radio. Running name, he said. Jamal stared at his shoes. Dust on the toes. The younger officer stood near him. You okay? He whispered. Jamal nodded. But his stomach hurt. The tall officer returned. No record, he said. He looked disappointed. So what now? Jamal asked. You leave, he said. And don't come back today. The supervisor stepped outside. He was disruptive, he said. The officer nodded. You heard him, he said to Jamal. Jamal stood. The younger officer hesitated. Do you really write? He asked. Yes, Jamal said. Why? Because nobody listens, Jamal said. The younger officer looked away. The tall officer said, Enough talk. Jamal walked down the steps. He felt eyes on his back. Behind him, the librarian said, See? I told you. The officer turned. Ma'am, he said. Next time call us sooner. Jamal's jaw clenched. He crossed the street. A car honked. His phone buzzed again. Another message. #library racist #let him read. His video had thousands of views. Jamal leaned against a wall. His hands were cold. He typed a message to his mom. I got kicked out of the library. She replied fast. Why are police involved? Jamal didn't answer. The younger officer walked up. "Hey," he said quietly. Jamal looked up. "Be careful," the officer said. "People don't like stories about them." Jamal frowned. "What does that mean?" The officer hesitated. "Your book is about anger," he said. "It's about truth," Jamal said. The officer nodded. "Truth makes people nervous." He walked back. Jamal watched him go. Across the street, the supervisor spoke to the tall officer. They pointed at Jamal. Jamal felt fear rise. He checked his phone. A news alert popped up. Teen author accused of disrupting library. Jamal's heart sank. The story was changing. He started walking home. Behind him, a siren chirped. Short. Sharp. He turned. The tall officer was back in his car. He rolled down the window. "Hey," he called. Jamal froze. "Yes, sir?" "Come here." Jamal walked back. The officer's eyes were cold. "We got another call," he said. "About you." Jamal's throat went dry. "From who?" The officer smiled. "The library." And Jamal realized this was not over. The officer's door opened. "Stand right there," the tall officer said. Jamal stood. His hands were empty. His chest was loud. "What did I do now?" Jamal asked. "Library says you threatened staff," the officer said. "That's a lie," Jamal said. The younger officer stepped out. "He didn't," he said. "I was there." The tall officer looked at him. "Did you write the report?" he asked. "No." "Then step back." Jamal felt the word threaten stick to him. "I never said anything bad," Jamal said. "I asked to leave." The officer took out a small pad. "Name again." Jamal read. "Age. 17. Address. Pine Street." The younger officer spoke. "There's a video," he said. "Of the whole thing." The tall officer waved him off. "Videos don't show tone." Jamal felt his stomach turn. "What tone?" he asked. "Angry," the officer said. "I wasn't angry," Jamal said. "You wrote an angry book," the officer said. "That doesn't make me angry," Jamal said. The officer leaned closer. "People who write about rage usually feel it." Jamal looked down. "I write so I don't explode." The younger officer blinked. "Can we watch the clip?" he asked. The tall officer paused. "Fine," he said. "Show me." The younger officer pulled out his phone. The video played. The librarian's voice was clear. "Trash. Educated people. Leave." Jamal's face on screen looked small. The tall officer watched. His jaw tightened. "That's just words," he said. "She started it," Jamal said. "Still not a crime," the officer said. "But neither is being told to leave." "I did leave," Jamal said. The younger officer pointed. "Then why call again?" The tall officer's radio buzzed. A woman's voice came through. "Library requests formal trespass warning." The officer clicked it off. "See," he said. Jamal's heart sank. "What does that mean?" he asked. "It means if you come back today you get arrested," the officer said. "For reading?" Jamal asked. "For ignoring staff," he said. The younger officer sighed. "Sir, the internet is on his side." The tall officer smirked. "Internet isn't the law." Jamal's phone buzzed. Messages stacked. "We saw it. They were wrong. Stay safe." A woman walked up. She held her phone high. "I filmed too," she said. "Everything." The officer turned. "Ma'am, step back." She didn't. "He didn't threaten anyone," she said. The tall officer raised his voice. "This is an active police situation." People stopped. A small crowd formed. The younger officer whispered, "This is getting worse." The tall officer said, "It's already bad." He looked at Jamal. "Sign this," he said, holding out a paper. "What is it?" Jamal asked. "A warning." "About what?" Jamal asked. "About trespassing." "I wasn't trespassing," Jamal said. The officer's eyes hardened. "You are now." Jamal's hands shook. "If I sign, does it mean I did something?" he asked. "It means you leave," the officer said. Jamal looked at the paper. The word violator was on top. "I didn't do anything wrong," Jamal said. The younger officer spoke. "He doesn't have to sign." The tall officer stared. "Don't make this harder." Jamal's chest hurt. "I just wanted to read," he said. A man in a suit pushed through. "I'm with Channel 7, he said. "What's happening?" The tall officer turned red. "No interviews," he said. The man held up his badge. "We already saw the video." Jamal felt dizzy. The world was moving fast. The librarian came outside. She looked small now. "He scared me," she said. Jamal stared. "I didn't," he said. She pointed at him. He shouted. "That's not true," Jamal said. The video played again on a phone. Her voice was louder than his. The reporter looked at her. "Ma'am," he said, "why did you call his book trash?" She blinked. "It's low quality," she said. The reporter turned to Jamal. "You wrote it?" "Yes." "At 17? "Yes." The tall officer stepped in front. "This is over," he said. The reporter said, "Public wants answers." The officer said, "Public can wait." Jamal's phone rang. His mom. He answered. "They're saying I threatened someone," Jamal said. Her voice shook. "Where are you?" "Outside the library." "I'm coming," she said. The tall officer looked at Jamal. "You can go," he said. "After you sign." Jamal shook his head. "I won't." The officer sighed. "Then you walk away now," he said. "And don't come back." The younger officer looked at Jamal. "Please go," he whispered. Jamal stepped back. The reporter followed. "Any comment?" he asked. Jamal said, "I just want to read my book." The librarian said he made a scene. The crowd murmured. Jamal turned away. He crossed the street again. This time people clapped. Soft at first. Then louder. Jamal felt tears press behind his eyes. His mom's car pulled up. She jumped out. "What did they do?" she asked. Jamal hugged her. "They tried to make me the problem," he said. The reporter filmed. A headline flashed on his phone. "Teen author accused by library staff. Video contradicts claim." Jamal's mom looked at the building. "We're not done," she said. Jamal nodded. Inside the library, the librarian spoke fast to the supervisor. The tall officer watched them. The younger officer stood still. Jamal got in the car. As they drove away, his phone buzzed again. A message from a number he didn't know. "We represent the city. We need to talk." Jamal stared at the screen. The record was out now, and someone wanted to rewrite it. The meeting room smelled like coffee and cold air. Jamal sat between his mom and a woman in a dark suit. The woman smiled too much. "My name is Ms. Carter," she said. "I work for the city." Jamal looked at her folder. It was thick. "We just want to clear things up," she said. This situation got noisy. Jamal's mom crossed her arms. "You mean public," she said. Ms. Carter nodded. "Yes. And we don't want a misunderstanding to hurt anyone." Jamal's heart beat fast. "You called me," he said. "Why?" Ms. Carter folded her hands. "The library staff felt threatened," she said. "That's not true," Jamal said. She smiled again. "Feelings don't have to be true to be real." Jamal frowned. "She insulted me," he said. Ms. Carter tilted her head. "Sometimes words sound worse online." Jamal's mom said, "The video shows it." Ms. Carter opened her folder. "There are many videos," she said. "Different angles. Different tones." Jamal leaned forward. "Why am I here?" he asked. "To find a calm ending," she said. "What kind?" Jamal asked. "One where no one loses their job," she said softly. The room went quiet. Jamal's stomach dropped. "So you want me quiet," he said. Ms. Carter raised a finger. "I want you safe," she said. "Internet attention can be dangerous." Jamal felt anger rise. "She called my book trash," he said. "She said I wasn't educated." Ms. Carter nodded slowly. "That was unfortunate," she said. "But calling it racism makes things heavy." Jamal's mom said, "Because it was heavy." Ms. Carter sighed. "Words like that bring lawsuits." Jamal said, "So does lying." Ms. Carter looked at him. "You're very brave," she said. "But bravery can cost you." Jamal swallowed. "What do you want me to do?" Ms. Carter slid a paper across the table. A statement. It said, "I did not feel targeted." Jamal stared. "That's not true," he said. "It's flexible," she said. "It says miscommunication." Jamal's hands shook. "You want me to say I imagined it?" "I want you to move on," she said. Jamal stood. "No." Ms. Carter's smile faded. "Think carefully," she said. "You want to apply to college." Jamal froze. "What does that mean?" "Public records matter," she said. Jamal's mom stood too. "Is that a threat?" she asked. Ms. Carter raised her palms. "No. Advice." Jamal felt small again. "They treated me like a criminal," he said. "They treated a situation," she said. "Why am I the problem?" Jamal asked. "Because you're the center of it," she said. Jamal shook his head. You're trying to protect them. Ms. Carter leaned forward. We protect the city. Silence sat between them. Jamal's phone buzzed. A message from the reporter. Story running tonight. City response? Ms. Carter saw it. Her eyes sharpened. You should be careful what you say, she said. Jamal looked at the paper again. The words felt heavy. I won't sign, he said. Ms. Carter closed the folder. Then this will get messy. Jamal said, It already is. They left. Outside, rain had started. Jamal's mom held his hand. You did right, she said. Jamal nodded. But fear sat in his chest. At home, messages filled his phone. Some kind. Some cruel. Attention seeker. They were just doing their job. Jamal turned off the screen. He opened his book. Read a line he wrote. Truth feels loud when no one wants to hear it. His mom knocked. There's a call, she said. It was his teacher. Jamal, she said. The school got a letter. Jamal's heart sank. What kind? About the incident, she said. They say you caused disruption. That's not true, Jamal said. I know, she said. But administration is worried. About what? Jamal asked. About your image, she said. Jamal closed his eyes. They want me quiet too, he said. Not quiet, she said. Careful. That night, a press conference played on TV. The librarian stood behind a podium. I felt unsafe, she said. He was aggressive. Jamal's mom gasped. That's a lie, Jamal said. The city logo glowed behind her. We support our staff, a man said. We regret any misunderstanding. Jamal threw the remote on the couch. They're flipping it, he said. His phone buzzed. The younger officer from the library. You should get a lawyer. Jamal stared at the message. A new fear grew. The next day, a woman in glasses came to their house. I'm with Civil Rights Watch, she said. Jamal's heart jumped. She watched the video. Listened. Took notes. This isn't about a book, she said. It's about control. Jamal asked, Can they lie like that? She nodded. But not forever. That afternoon, a new video went viral. It showed the full clip. Not cut. The librarian's words. The officer's tone. Comments flooded in. That's racism. That kid was calm. Jamal felt hope flicker. Then his phone rang. The city number again. Ms. Carter. Her voice was tight. We need to talk, she said. Things have changed. Jamal asked, For who? She paused. For everyone. Jamal looked at his book on the table. Open. Waiting. And he knew the next fight would not be in a library. It would be in public. The hearing room was cold. Rows of chairs faced a long table. Microphones waited. Jamal sat with his mom and the woman from Civil Rights Watch. Across the room, the librarian sat straight. The supervisor beside her. A city lawyer on each side. A sign on the wall said, Public comment 2 minutes. Jamal's hands were damp. Ms. Lee leaned close. Speak slow, she said. Say what happened. Jamal nodded. The city lawyer stood first. This is about a misunderstanding, he said. Staff felt unsafe. Jamal's jaw tightened. Ms. Lee raised her hand. May we play the full video? She asked. The room murmured. The chairperson nodded. Play it. The screen lit up. The librarian's voice filled the room. Trash. Educated people. Leave before this becomes something else. Jamal watched faces change. The city lawyer stood fast. That clip lacks context, he said. Ms. Lee said, Here is the context. Another clip played. Longer. Clearer. Jamal standing still. Asking to borrow. Being mocked. A woman in the crowd whispered, Wow. The chairperson leaned forward. Ma'am, she said to the librarian. Did you call his book trash? The librarian shifted. I said low quality, she said. Why? The chairperson asked. It promotes anger, she said. Jamal stood. It shows kids trying not to be angry, he said. The chairperson nodded. Sit, she said gently. The supervisor spoke. He disrupted service. Ms. Lee held up a paper. His library record shows no past incidents. The supervisor blinked. That day was different, he said. How? Ms. Lee asked. He challenged staff. Jamal said, I asked a question. The chairperson looked at the city lawyer. Why was police called? The lawyer said, crowd control. A man in the audience stood. I was there, he said. He was calm. She was not. The chairperson said, Name? Marcus Hill. Thank you, she said. Sit. A student raised her hand. I filmed it, she said. He never threatened anyone. The city lawyer said, phones change behavior. The chairperson frowned. Truth doesn't, she said. The younger officer stepped forward. I was there, he said. He was cooperative. The tall officer was not in the room. Ms. Lee asked, why issue a trespass warning? The officer hesitated. Supervisor request, he said. The supervisor looked down. The chairperson tapped her pen. This looks like pressure, she said. Silence fell. The librarian spoke. I felt judged, she said. He wanted to embarrass me. Jamal's chest hurt. I just wanted to read, he said. The chairperson looked at him. Why write the book? Jamal took a breath. Because my block is loud, he said. And people think loud means bad. A woman in the crowd wiped her eyes. The city lawyer whispered to his team. Ms. Lee stood. This is institutional bias, she said. Staff used coded language. Police treated him as a threat. City tried to silence him. The chairperson nodded slowly. We will review discipline, she said. The librarian gasped. You can't, she said. We can, the chairperson said. And we will. The city lawyer stood. We request a recess. No, the chairperson said. We decide today. She read from a paper. Findings, staff violated conduct policy. Supervisor failed to de-escalate. Trespass warning unsupported. The room buzzed. The chairperson looked at Jamal. We are sorry, she said. This should not have happened. Jamal's throat closed. Thank you, he said. She turned to the librarian. You are suspended pending training. The librarian's face fell. She stood. This is unfair, she said. The chairperson replied. So was what you did. She turned to the supervisor. You will be reassigned. The supervisor nodded once. The chairperson faced the room. We will host a community forum, she said. And a public reading. Jamal blinked. A reading, he asked. Yes, she said. Your book. The crowd clapped. Jamal felt light and heavy at the same time. Outside, reporters waited. Jamal. One called. Do you feel justice was done? Jamal thought of the word trash. Of the siren. Of the paper that said violator. I feel heard, he said. The city lawyer pushed past. No further comment, he said. Ms. Lee smiled. This isn't over, she whispered. It's just visible now. On the sidewalk, Jamal's mom hugged him. I'm proud of you, she said. Jamal nodded. But his stomach still hurt. That night, the librarian's statement went online. I regret how my words were received. Jamal read it twice. Received, he said. Not said. His phone buzzed. A message from the tall officers' union. We stand by our member. Another from a stranger. Thank you for not backing down. Jamal closed his eyes. He opened his book again. Marked a page. The line said, walls are made of paper until someone pushes. The next morning, a notice went up. Community reading, Friday 6 p.m. Same library. Same desk. Jamal stood outside and stared at the doors. His hands shook. Ms. Lee said, You don't have to. I do, Jamal said. Inside, chairs were set in rows. A microphone waited. The librarian was not at the desk. A new worker smiled. You're the author, she said. Yes, Jamal said. She handed him a card. Welcome. Jamal stepped forward. People filled the seats. Cameras were there. He took the mic. My name is Jamal Reed, he said. I wrote a book about kids who get told to be quiet. He paused. Today I won't. The room went silent. And Jamal knew the story was finally his to tell. The microphone felt cold in Jamal's hand. The room was full. Not loud. Waiting. He saw faces he did not know. Teachers. Students. Neighbors. The new librarian stood near the desk. She nodded at him. You can start, she said. Jamal opened his book. The first line shook. He breathed in. This story is about a boy, he read, who learns to stay calm when people expect him to be loud. The room stayed still. He read about his block. About his mom working nights. About sirens that meant dinner was late. People leaned forward. When he finished the page, no one clapped. They waited. He turned another page. My teacher said books are bridges, he read. But bridges only work if both sides walk. A woman wiped her eyes. A man nodded. Jamal felt heat in his chest. Not anger. Power. After the reading, a reporter raised a hand. "Do you forgive the librarian?" he asked. Jamal paused. "I forgive the fear," he said. "I don't forgive the lie." The reporter wrote it down. Another voice asked, "What changed?" Jamal looked at the shelves. "They saw me," he said. "Not the idea of me." Outside, the sky was pink. Ms. Lee stood by the door. "You did good," she said. Jamal nodded. But when the room emptied, the silence came back. At school, the halls felt different. Some kids smiled. Some stared. A boy whispered, "That's the library kid." Jamal sat in class. The teacher said, "Let's focus." But focus was hard. A counselor called him in. "We want to support you," she said. "This has been stressful." Jamal said, "I just want to write." She nodded. "Trauma can help art," she said. Jamal frowned. "I don't want trauma," he said. She blinked. "Of course not," she said. At home, a letter came. From the city. It said, "Training completed. Policy updated." Another line said, "No wrongdoing admitted." Jamal folded it. "They still won't say sorry," he said. His mom shrugged. "Systems don't like mirrors," she said. Another letter came. From a publisher. Sales increased. Second printing planned. Jamal smiled. Then a message from the Tall Officers Union appeared online. Discipline was unfair. Comments argued. Some said Jamal lied. Some said he was brave. Jamal turned off the screen. He sat on his bed. Opened his notebook. He wrote, "Justice is not quiet. But it is slow." At the library, a poster went up. "Author in residence, Jamal Reed." He stared at it. "They made me part of it," he said. Ms. Lee smiled. "Change needs faces," she said. The first workshop had 5 kids. One raised his hand. "Did they really call your book trash?" he asked. "Yes," Jamal said. "Did you cry?" the boy asked. Jamal thought. "Later," he said. The boy nodded. "I would cry right away," he said. Jamal laughed. "Both are okay," he said. A girl asked, "Are cops bad?" Jamal paused. "Some are scared," he said. "Scared people use rules like shields." The girl wrote that down. Weeks passed. The librarian was not back. The supervisor was moved. The city held a forum. People spoke. Some yelled. Some listened. A new policy was read. Respectful language required. Bias training mandatory. No trespass without cause. It sounded good. But Jamal remembered the door closing. The whisper, something else. One night he dreamed of the desk. The crack in the wood. The book face down. He woke up sweating. His mom knocked. "Bad dream?" she asked. He nodded. "Write it," she said. He did. He wrote a scene where the desk apologized. It said, "I was built to hold books, not fear." At the next reading, the room was smaller. No cameras. Just chairs. A woman stood after. "My son reads your book," she said. "He says he feels taller." Jamal felt his throat close. "Tell him he already was," he said. The city sent one more letter. "We invite you to join a youth advisory board." Jamal laughed. "They want me to fix it," he said. Ms. Lee said, "Only if you want to." He went to one meeting. A man said, "We must be neutral." Jamal said, "Neutral feels like quiet." The man frowned. "Policy is policy," he said. Jamal said, "People are people." The room went still. Later, the man said, "You're young." Jamal said, "So is the problem." At the library, a new sign hung near the desk. "All stories belong here." Jamal touched it. The new librarian smiled. "You started that," she said. Jamal shook his head. "I pushed," he said. She laughed. "Sometimes that's enough." On the anniversary of the day, Jamal went alone. He stood at the counter. Same place. Same light. He put his book down. The new librarian scanned it. "Enjoy," she said. Jamal took it. He sat at a table. Opened to the first page. The words felt different now. He wrote in the margin, "I was told to be quiet. So I learned to be clear." A man sat across from him. "You the author?" he asked. "Yes," Jamal said. "Good," the man said. "My daughter needs this." Jamal smiled. Outside, a siren passed. Not for him. He breathed out. The room stayed quiet. But not empty. Jamal closed the book. Stood. And walked toward the door. Not running. Not hiding. Just leaving. With a story that would not stay on the shelf.